Yo, 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 yo!
Yo.
What up, world? It's your boy Qwan, joined by my homie Cooley.
What's good, y'all?
And my boy drinking his mushroom tea, mushroom coffee.
Just a little bit of
Mushroom
water.
something.
Real simple today, man.
My boy
It's
Sylvan the
H2O for
Don.
today.
Sylvan
You know
LeCute.
what I'm saying?
And this
It's
is
good.
Wrestling with the Homies. What episode is this?
Yeah.
Episode 19?
I think it's
I don't
16
know.
or something.
What is this?
17?
16. This is 19. I was looking it up. This is 19. We almost
Yeah,
at
it's
20,
19?
man.
Dang.
Sheesh.
It's
We
flying.
working. We working. And we about to hit 600 subscribers. So by the time y'all see this, we're probably going to be at 600. So I just want to say thank you for everyone who has subscribed. And if you haven't already, make sure you do, man, and hit that notification bell because we got a lot of ghost watchers. Don't be a ghost. Don't be a ghost. This ain't Power. I'm not Kanan. That's not what was white boy in Power?
I
Tommy.
forgot it. Oh, Tommy.
Yeah, I'm not
Bro,
ghost.
the new joint is fire. If y'all ain't
Come on,
peeping
man.
that.
Is
Force
it?
fire.
Come on,
Bro,
man.
it's really good. It reminds me of
wow.
the OG Power. Like, it reminds me of like the first 3 seasons of the OG Power, dog. It's really
That's
good.
tough to compare.
I don't know.
I'm trying to because y'all ain't tapped in. I'm telling you, it's hot.
Yeah, I
I'm
don't
about to watch it after this pod. After this pod, I'm about to tap in.
I can't with Power no more. I feel like Power became a cartoon. Like it was hot. It was hot at first, but it eventually became a cartoon. Like it got too wacky for me. People were surviving shootouts that they shouldn't survive, and like there was a goat. Wasn't Ghost seeing like visions of Angela? It was just like, all right,
Yeah.
this is kind of.
It became a
Kanan
novella.
survived a fire like he was Jason Voorhees. Like, bro, what's going on here?
Yeah, it became a novella, dog. It was just ridiculous. It became a novella and a love story. But this new joint is fire, dog. I'm telling you, Tommy in Chicago, he making moves. People getting shot realistically. It's fun.
Sheesh.
Hey,
What season?
Mate,
2.
I was on season
this is Book of Canaan we talk about.
Nah,
Nah,
Bill
What
McKinney.
is this? What is this?
This
It's
is
too many
Force.
spin-offs. It's too much going on, man. I just can't. I can't.
I'm
And
only
this is not
watching-
an ad. I promise y'all, this is not an ad. We did not get paid to talk about Power. This is just
Kanan
what
is
we on right now.
Book of Kanan
I'm only
is
watching
like,
the Kanan joint just to see how like Tommy and all them boys came up with him because
And
I want to
Chuba.
see. Yeah, I want to see how all that dynamic actually happened. But they making me wait, and this show is not that good for them to be making me wait. So they need to get to it for
I
real.
feel it.
Yeah,
I feel
man.
it.
Where Tyreek at?
Yo, fellas. Yeah, I know we got an event coming up, right?
A what?
We got an event coming up next week,
Uh-oh.
man. We a week away. We
Next
are a
week?
week away from Full Gear. We in there. It's next Saturday.
Sheesh.
Next Saturday, we are in the building for Full Gear.
It's probably
Oh,
gonna
y'all
be the last
excited?
time. It's probably gonna be the last time I'm allowed to come in that building. I ain't gonna hold you.
What do you mean?
I don't know. I feel like I'm not gonna be welcome in a once we get more popular, man. I feel like
Man,
I don't know, man. I don't know how people gonna react to me, man. Because I be talking my talk about AEW, man.
you be saying some disparaging things about AEW.
It's
I
out
feel
of
like
love.
you got that jacket on you. I feel like you got that AEW hater jacket on you right now. Like
It's out of
people label
love.
you as that.
It's out of love.
Is it
you
though?
know?
Is
It
though?
really is. I want better. I want better for them. I really do.
Bro, are y'all
can't wait,
excited?
man. I'm
You
excited.
can't
I'm
wait?
excited. We're all
I'ma
sitting
be
together
honest.
for the first time.
Oh yeah, facts. We are all sitting together.
Yes.
Ill, but look, I'm gonna be honest with
Finally.
y'all. I'm not that excited. This is the least excitement. This is the least amount of excitement that I've had going into like a pay-per-view because we've only been to what, like we went to Royal Rumble. I mean, not Royal Rumble. We went to WrestleMania, earlier this year.
SummerSlam.
SummerSlam.
Super excited about that. SummerSlam in Vegas. I was excited about that.
Yeah, it was
Which I mean, the show was good, but Vegas is Vegas.
Did we go to Money in the Bank too?
Nah, we was going to,
Nah.
but we didn't.
All right, no.
Oh, we went to me and you. We went to some Ring of Honor show. Like
Yo, that was
Death
tight.
Before Dishonor. That was fire. That was
like
fire.
WrestleMania weekend.
Yeah, where did we stay when we went to Vegas for that SummerSlam show? Where did we stay?
We
What-
stayed
what
at that
hotel was that?
It was some pyramid hotel, like the big old pyramid hotel.
The one that
dog,
shaped like
whatever
what
it's
is that called?
bro?
what is
I
that
don't know.
I don't know. I stayed
I'm
on
about to look
Fremont.
it up.
The Lux was it the Luxor? The Luxor?
The Luxor. Man,
Listen.
that place was disgusting.
Listen, I want to go to TNA Hard to Kill, where the TNA rebrand. But look, if we go to Vegas for that show, We are not staying at the Luxor, man. We are not if you ever go to Vegas, make sure you stay anywhere but the Luxor. If you got to go to a Motel 6, go to a Motel 6, but do not go to the Luxor because that place is terrible.
Bro.
That
Look
entire
nice
pyramid.
on the outside.
On the outside it looks beautiful. The outside it's lovely, but on the inside it smells like cigarettes and bad thoughts.
You know what that reminds me of?
What?
It's like Saweetie. The diet is terrible, so I know the inside is horrible, but the outside looks lovely.
Sweetie said she eat like ketchup on her hot pockets and like, huh?
When we walked in, our first room had Popeye, like open Popeye's chicken boxes.
What?
And 2 bottles of Hennessy.
That's right,
bro. We walked in and we were like, "Yo, what is going on?" And we had to go back downstairs and they had to change our room. And the room still smelled like cigarettes. It was just gross. It was just like, I feel like the sweets are the ones that they actually do like the top tier service for. But the rest of it is like,
Yo, that hotel had like water stains on the ceiling.
Oh no, I couldn't do it.
It looks like on the inside, it looks like a old like Sears or like one of them old ass stores from back in the day, like Montgomery Ward or something. It's like, on the outside, it looks so beautiful. On the outside, you want to be on the inside, but once you get in there, it's like, yo, this is bad. But we had already paid, so we was in there.
That boy called the Luxor Robinson May back in the 90s. That's hilarious.
We watched CM Punk that day too. I mean that weekend. We watched CM Punk debut.
That was the first thing we did when we went to the hotel room, man. We went to the hotel, returning right to TBS, and we had to watch that. But
I don't remember where I was at.
I don't even think you were in Vegas yet because you went, but you and Spank were kind of like on side missions, like Cody Rhodes. Y'all were hitting side missions before y'all got there.
Yeah, we were. That's true.
But yeah, that was a fun weekend. Vegas is the only place you'll see like a family of 4 with like kids and a mom and dad, and then like right behind them it's like a half naked stripper handing out cards with like her number up to the number of the club on there. It's like, what is this?
Yo, I hate Vegas. It's just a dirty Miami.
Hey, but side note,
I got no problem with being in Vegas, but I can only be in Vegas for like a short amount of time, like 2 or 3 days.
Boring.
Bro, we went out. We went out there and had like then we go out at like 2 or 3 in the morning and have like pizza slices.
Yeah.
And everybody was lit.
And me and Cooley were so drunk. And the thing is, honestly, we would have done more had it not been in the thick of the pandemic. But this was back when like masks were still mandatory and stuff. So it wasn't a whole lot we could do without like, possibly getting sick. So we had to like keep that in mind. But we was outside, man. We had to go outside. We was there for a pay-per-view, but we had to go outside. You stayed behind for a second. Me and Cooley was out. I called you. I'm like, bro, why are you in the hotel? I was come out here, bro.
I was tired, bro. But I was like, nah, man, I'm in Vegas, man. Let me go and check these boys out.
Vegas, man.
And it was gross. Go outside. It just looks terrible. Everybody just looks like, what are you doing here? Nobody's up to anything but terrible things. But we had a good time.
All you see is like shiny, glittery dresses and like fake chains. It's the thing about Vegas, though, it's fun when you go in small spurts, but I don't understand how anybody could live there. Like, if you was born there and raised and that's just the situation you in, I understand it. But it's like, if you wake up tomorrow and you have the thought of, I want to relocate to Vegas. I want to raise a family in Vegas. I got to start questioning, like, your mental stability, because you got to be on the run from the cops or, like, in witness protection or something to want to move to Vegas. That's insane.
Yeah, I would never.
That's insane. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Hey, Vegas people gonna come for me. I want no smoke with y'all. I'm just, I'm a tourist.
Shout out Dizzy Wright, man. Shout out Dizzy Wright.
I was just gonna say Dizzy Wright, yo. Shout out to Dizzy Wright.
Shout out Dizzy Wright, man.
Dizzy the only dude I know from Vegas, for real.
Right. But yeah, we'll see, man. TNA Hard to Kill is gonna be in Vegas, and I kind of want to make that trip. So if y'all want to accompany me, man, let's do it.
What
month
TNA
is that? Rebrand. That's January next year.
January. Cause I know I got Star Wars Day. That's in May.
Star Wars
Day, bro.
What is Star Wars Day? Hold on, bro.
Yeah, man.
What is Star
Wars Day? All right.
come on, man. It's at Disneyland where everybody we meet up at night with our lightsabers, and
we meet up at night with our lightsabers. Pause. Come on, bro, man. Come on, man. Like, come on, bro.
Bro, it's so lit. No, it's lit, bro. Y'all gotta look at the videos on YouTube. Trust me, it's a fun time. It's for all the nostalgic people. All of our favorite Star Wars movies we get together. It's dope. It's like going to a Comic-Con. It's the same thing.
I couldn't get past episode 6, man. I ain't gonna front. What? Episode 6 was. Oh yeah, that beginning of episode 6. This man
Cooley. This man Cooley is the biggest nostalgia addict I've ever met.
Star Wars is May 4th.
Star Wars what?
It's Star Wars Day. It's May 4th. It's May the 4th. May the 4th be with you.
You know what?
Are you getting dressed up? Like, are you cosplaying?
No, I'm not. I'm just bringing my lightsaber.
All right, man.
That's it.
Good
Pause
you,
again. I might pop up. I might pop up with Cooley just to experience it. I'm not really the biggest Star Wars.
It's at Disneyland.
Hey, Disneyland expensive though, man. I don't know about that. They probably taxing for that. Especially for that event. Is Star Wars involved? They probably taxing.
I'm not going, bro. I'm not going at all.
Listen, man, Darth Vader is my favorite character. That's my guy right there. And I gotta show up for the homie,
I mean, I feel you, bro. There's a Power Rangers convention. I'd show up to it. I ain't gonna hold you.
Hey, look. We watch wrestling. We watch wrestling every week, so I can't clown Star Wars when I'm watching predetermined fights every week and like talking about it at length on the podcast. So you know what? If you a Star Wars man, shout out to you. You feel me? Power Rangers though, I can't get jiggy with the Power Rangers. I'm sorry.
Power Rangers is 10 out of 10, brother.
Star Wars is way better than Power Rangers.
I mean, yeah. I mean, Power Rangers is like watching a fever dream, but I still love it. It's like after a while, you just like, yo, what? Like if you watch, I binge watch Power Rangers like recently. Just also, let me just go back and watch this, and it's just the same setup. It feels like you're on an acid trip with like different variations of the same plot. It's just when everything's about to happen. This feels like a fever dream, bro.
I couldn't get past Turbo. After Turbo, I was like, I'm done with it, bro.
Yeah, Turbo was Power Rangers in space is crazy. That's actually the best. Like, in space is crazy. That's like, in space is like, I'm not going to even get on no tangent, but Power Rangers in space is when it was like, that was like the last of the Mohicans. After that, everything.
I didn't even know they went to space.
So
correct me if I'm wrong. Yeah. Correct me if I'm wrong, but weren't like the original Power Rangers, right? Like, wasn't that like scenes from like a Japanese show and they just like added like the American parts of it and then like they just took all the fighting scenes from something else? So when you watch it, it's like kind of jumbled. It's like it makes no sense at all. How did you like this so?
Bro, as a kid, I remember as a kid watching it like, hey, yo, why does like certain scenes just look so low in quality? But like these scenes look so high in quality. Like what is this thing? And then as I grew up, I just realized, oh, this is tight.
Like, look at this. I didn't even know they went to space.
Bro, they went to space. This is when the Turbo Rangers like got messed up and they had to go to space to find the forbidden power or whatever. And
that's crazy. I don't remember the space
one, man.
Alpha 6,
I think we're not addressing the truth here. I think Sylvan watched Power Rangers too long. I think that by the time we were done already, like because we watched the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. That was
Mighty Morphin, and then we moved Turbo, and I was done.
And then we moved
it was Zeo. It was Power Rangers
Zeo. Oh my god,
Power Rangers Zeo? Turbo, bro. Yeah, bro. Zeo still had Tommy, bro. I got the black, I got the black helmet right here, like the black Power Rangers helmet.
He does
right here.
It's
like
fire
Zeo
too.
helmet,
fire.
Bro. Like Zeo, Turbo, and then Turbo was trash, but then Power Rangers in Space was like that. Really was the fire one, and then after that, I mean, I'm not really tapped in.
Bro, did you know that the Red Rangers was supposed to be the Black Ranger, but Tommy was so over that they just let it be him? I think it was something like that. It was a story like that, and he came in, he took Red Ranger girl, and he took the lead. I'm like, this is insane.
Damn.
Yeah, the Red Ranger is supposed to be the lead. Some dude, I can't remember his name, and then Jason David Frank, the Green Power Ranger, came in.
He knows the real names. Sylvan is really a Power Ranger fanatic,
bro. I got the Green Ranger flute right here, bro. Like the replica, dog. Like I'm a fanatic, dog. Like I watched the Power Rangers movie like almost every other Saturday. I ain't gonna hold you.
I still got it on VHS, man. Still got it on VHS.
I think around this time is when I started to watch wrestling. So once I started to watch wrestling, I mean, like everything else, Pokemon, whatever else I was tapped in with, it was all like kind of in the background for me at that point. Like once wrestling got popping, I was in on The Rock and Triple H. It was like I didn't even care about the Power Rangers and none of that no more.
Pokemon was still a thing to a point, and then Yu-Gi-Oh! I think was like the last time I was really into
Digimon.
anything that was really
Right?
Nah, I wasn't. Digimon.
We ain't watched Digimon. We ain't watched Digimon. We about to pack you up for watching Digimon. We don't
I'm
speak
multitask, man.
We don't speak
Digimon. They were kind of ahead of their times, but nah.
Digimon was fire, bro.
Digital monsters? Nah, we good, bro. Nah.
I didn't like that the monsters spoke like perfect English.
Like, what is that? Like,
Yeah,
bro,
like,
what is that, dog? What is that?
Like, we're going off on a crazy tangent about like. Look, I'm sorry for the audience at home. Look, this is what this is just on our mind right now, man. But the Digimons were speaking full sentences. I was not with it.
Yeah, man. Wanted to hear them say their names over and over. Pika Pika or something, bro. Like, like Char, Charmander, Char.
Facts. My man asking like full questions. Like he got like full sentences with like subjects and periods. I'm like, wait, what?
Y'all didn't have a problem when the dragon from Dragon Ball Z was speaking full English?
Yeah. So it's Dragon Ball Z though.
I didn't like that either. I didn't like that either.
You didn't like Dragon Ball Z?
Dragon Ball Z. Quan was in. I could see Quan not liking Dragon Ball Z. I get it.
What?
No, I like Dragon Ball. Stop.
I was like, what?
I love Dragon Ball.
I fully understand that people don't like Dragon Ball Z.
No, I love Dragon Ball Z. I love it. I think it's the beginners like anime, but I love Dragon Ball Z.
That's real.
I definitely wasn't tapped in with Digimon though. Digimon was horrible to me.
That was like the off-brand cereal of Pokemon to me.
Yeah, facts. That was like the Smart and Final brand that
Facts. Look at these guys.
They're called like Cookie O's. It's just like this is
Sugar Flakes. Nah, we ain't into that, baby. The polar bear instead of the tiger.
Yeah, we didn't do that. We didn't do Digimon. Digimon was terrible. But fellas, let's. Speaking of terrible, you know what else is looking terrible to me, man? I hate to say it. I got a feeling we're setting ourselves up for disaster, man. I think Survivor Series 2023 is destined to let us down. Survivor Series 2023 is going to be disappointing. And I'm not talking about from a quality standpoint, because quality-wise, I feel like, WWE has been putting out quality shows. But we've hit a problem that we can't get around. This show is going to disappoint, and I'm going to tell you why. But first, let's hop in the time machine. Y'all want to hop in the time machine with me?
Depending on which era, man.
Nah, we're going back to 2014. 2014. Let's go back to 2014. That was a fun time for me and Cooley. We was in college. We was running the streets. We was getting drunk before classes. 2014 was very fun.
Don't do it.
Get drunk before classes is crazy.
We were
getting drunk before.
We were wilding, man. We were wilding, man.
We were failing right out of college in 2014. We were having fun when we were doing it, man. We were having fun.
Yeah, man.
Oh my God.
And look, this is not me making this up for the podcast, by the way. Like, we would legit get drunk and then go to class. What were we thinking, bro? What were
we was passing though.
Somehow, some way, we were.
That's crazy.
We did not care, but you know what? We had a good time. We were failing upward back then in 2014. Yeah, but you know what else happened in 2014? Daniel Bryan happened in 2014. 2014 was the year of Daniel Bryan. 2014 was the year of the Yes Movement.
Yes.
But I want to talk about something very specific in 2014. I want to talk about the Royal Rumble 2014. Y'all remember that? Y'all remember the Royal Rumble 2014?
I don't want to remember.
I blocked it out of my memory.
So going into the Royal Rumble 2014, everybody's favorite to win that Royal Rumble was Daniel Bryan, because Daniel Bryan was the hottest. The fans chose him. I don't think we've ever seen fans choose someone the way they chose Daniel Bryan. LA Knight might be close, but it's a little different with LA Knight because, WWE, they've been in on the LA Knight push. WWE was very reluctant to push Daniel Bryan at the time when the fans chose him. But leading up to the Royal Rumble 2014, Daniel Bryan was the favorite to win. So we get to the show, right? Daniel Bryan wrestles Bray Wyatt earlier in that night. and he loses. But we don't mind because we don't care about that match. Like, we were invested, but at the end of the day, our hearts were set on the end of the night. We wanted to see Daniel Bryan win that Royal Rumble, so we didn't really care if he lost a side mission match to Bray Wyatt. So be it. So we get to the Royal Rumble, right? 10 men enter, no signs of Daniel Bryan. 20 men enter, no signs of Daniel Bryan. 25 men enter, still no signs of Daniel Bryan. So now we get to that final spot, number 30. You know what everybody's thinking? It's time. It's time to see Daniel Bryan rise to the occasion. It's time to see Daniel Bryan finally go over. That clock hits. 10, 9, 8, 7. Everybody's on their feet. 6, 5, 4. All you hear is yes chants. Yes, yes, yes. 3, 2, 1. And who comes from behind that curtain? Rey Mysterio. Rey Mysterio comes from behind that curtain. Now listen, we love Rey Mysterio. We all love Rey Mysterio. Rey Mysterio is probably the most beloved wrestler of all time just because he's such a good guy. There's nothing Rey Mysterio can do to wrong us. We love that man. But in that moment, Rey Mysterio was not who we wanted to see. So them fans booed Rey Mysterio right out of that building.
Yep.
Now, it doesn't matter who came from behind that curtain. If it wasn't Daniel Bryan, we were going to boo. Jesus Christ himself could have came from behind that curtain, and we were going to boo Jesus Christ because we wanted to see Daniel Bryan so bad. And Rey Mysterio appeared. That was just not what we wanted. And the thing is, WWE could have avoided all this. Had WWE just announced beforehand that Daniel Bryan wouldn't be in that match, they could have played it up from like the match earlier. They could have like just stated that Daniel Bryan was too hurt from his match with Bray Wyatt, so he couldn't be in that Royal Rumble. If they would have announced that, sure, we would have been upset, but we wouldn't have booed Rey Mysterio. The fact that they just suppressed that and allowed us to believe that Daniel Bryan had a chance in that match, knowing that he was not even in the match, that's what caused the backlash. So WWE made a huge mistake, and that was the reason why the 2014 Royal Rumble is probably going to live in infamy forever. Now, I bring all this up because I feel like we're in a very similar situation today. We're in a very similar situation because we all see the rumors. We've been seeing the rumors since the day he got fired. We all believe that CM Punk is going to be at Survivor Series 2023. We all believe it. WWE has not spoken on it. WWE has not even confirmed that this is a thing. But the problem is WWE keeps teasing it. They keep alluding to it. We've seen Corey Graves and Michael Cole reference old CM Punk promos live on TV. We've seen Shinsuke Nakamura literally reference CM Punk's WWE entrance theme. He's out there hitting go-to-sleeps on his opponents, and we all know the go-to-sleep is whose finishing move? CM Punk's finishing move. We've even went as far as having Seth Rollins tell Drew McIntyre to go cry him a river, which is famous words spoken by Jack Perry that led to CM Punk even getting fired from AEW. WWE continues to tease CM Punk over and over, and I honestly believe in my heart that they're not going to follow through, at least not at Survivor Series. So fans are going to go into Survivor Series chanting CM Punk, expecting to see CM Punk, and you know what they're going to get? Randy Orton. Now, I love Randy Orton. When Randy Orton appears, he's probably going to be cheered initially, but those cheers are going to turn into indifference. That indifference is going to turn into backlash, and that backlash is going to turn into CM Punk chants every single week, everywhere we go, because fans want to see CM Punk, and WWE has allowed us to believe that CM Punk is going to be in that building, knowing damn well that he's not. Now, I'm not saying that WWE needs to announce that CM Punk won't be there, because I don't even expect WWE to go that far. But I am saying that WWE is making a mistake in teasing this and allowing us to believe it, knowing damn well that they're not going to follow through. So for those reasons, I think that 2023 Survivor Series will be a disappointment. Just like 2014's Royal Rumble, we're setting ourselves up for failure. It's CM Punk or bust, and we are unfortunately, about to bust. Sorry. What do you think, Cooley? CM Punk or bust? Is it CM Punk or bust? Because that's where I'm at with it. I'm sorry.
I feel like it's two different atmospheres. We have Royal Rumble 2014, whereas the star was already in WWE. He was super over. Of course, he's they're gonna boo the whole event, as opposed to CM Punk. I mean, do we need him? No. Do we want him? Of course. But if we don't get him, yeah, we'll be a little disappointed. But will we really be boo?
Let's not forget this. Let's not forget this premium live event is taking place in Chicago.
It is, and I was the one that said Chicago. the day he got fired, I said CM Punk is going to show up at Survivor Series in Chicago. So I will be one of those ones that would be very disappointed. So,
but I'm not even saying that for the disappointing aspect though. I'm just saying like those fans. If this was in Alabama or something, I might feel differently. But this is in Chicago. We know them Chicago rabid fans. They are CM. That's CM Punk's town. That's CM Punk territory. If they don't deliver on CM Punk, those fans are going to hijack that show. I'm letting you know right now. They're going to be chanting CM Punk all night.
So they better try to wait to the end to pull the move, because I feel like they can do both. They can do Randy Orton in the beginning and CM Punk at the end. But as you said before, this is not the first time WWE has turned heel on the WWE universe. So we got to see. We had to see. It's going to be tough.
I think the smart thing to do would be to bring Randy Orton back before the show. Bring him back on the Raw that's leading up to Survivor Series, just so fans already know that Randy Orton is there and he's not the surprise. Because if they try to surprise us with a guy in like a hood and a mask or something, and he takes it off and reveals himself to be Randy Orton, like I said, it might be some cheers at first because Randy Orton is a huge star, but those cheers are going to turn into indifference real quick, and that indifference is going to turn into backlash.
I mean,
let me know.
Let me see, man. Okay, so how I've always personally felt about this situation with CM Punk is I do believe CM Punk is coming to the WWE. 100%, absolutely no doubts about it. The amount of teasing that WWE has done indicates that he is going to be showing up and in that building, but I've always advocated that
it won't be.
CM Punk is not going to be coming at Survivor Series. Yeah. And I truly believe that because number one, it's too predictable. And number two, WWE does love to troll fans. Let's just keep it a stack. I think it's a part of riling their fans up. Now, we've seen it before. We've seen it in a lot of instances.
Is that very smart though?
I mean, honestly, I'm not sure if it's very smart or not. I don't know. With the Daniel Bryan situation, it was reactionary, right? Like they had to get to a point where they made Daniel Bryan win at WrestleMania just because of how misstepped they were when booking their Royal Rumble, right? But I do firmly believe that CM Punk is going to be returning at the Royal Rumble. I think Survivor Series would be perfect, but the reality of the situation is I don't think that I think it's too predictable, and I think that WWE likes to swerve their audiences. And so this could be a big swerve, in my opinion.
But Royal Rumble can be predictable too, though, because everybody knows number 30 is, and the thing is the surprise.
And sometimes there's nothing wrong with doing the predictable thing. If that's what the people want, give the people what they want. If you're a company and the people are clearly asking for something, why not give it to them? Why pull the rug from underneath your fans? Like, it just makes no sense to do your fans that way, especially when alternatives exist these days and we can just grow tired of it and turn the channel. I mean, this reminds me of. Oh, go ahead.
I was going to say, so Survivor Series is 2 weeks away, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like basically 2 weeks away. And so in my opinion, the only way I don't even know how CM Punk debuts at Survivor Series unless he comes out against a Seth Rollins, a victorious Seth Rollins in a title defense. Like, how do you even book a return for CM Punk at Survivor Series? In this climate? That's just me. That's just something I'm thinking about.
Well, so what I'm seeing is that because they've only announced 4 men for both the Survivor Series matches, and I'm hearing that Drew McIntyre is probably going to be the 5th man for the Judgment Day. So it's like
we
can.
Wow. I did see that meme. I saw that meme of Drew with the makeup on.
Imagine.
So look, I mean,
hey yo, oh my God, Qwan might be right.
So look, right. So look. Hear me out. We got 5 men in one corner, right? 4 men in the other corner. How about we just go the entire match with a 4-on-5, and then once we get to that final climax, the music hits, and boom, CM Punk. It's nothing wrong.
Yeah,
no,
man.
Drew McIntyre is not going to be emo. Look, if he joins them on the team, he's not going to be out there wearing eye makeup and purple. Like, come on now. But look, like I said,
Rhea gave him that look at Crown Jewel.
Come on, man.
I'm sorry. What do you think? Why?
They're clearly teasing it, and like I said, there's nothing wrong with doing what's predictable. It's like when we were leading up to WrestleMania and Cody Rhodes' return, they were teasing that heavily. They were on TV saying that Seth Rollins was going to have an American Nightmare, and like they were clearly teasing Cody Rhodes. It was predictable, but we still wanted to see it. And when he returned, that was one of the biggest returns of all time. So it's like
crazy.
There's absolutely nothing wrong with doing what's predictable. And also, I want to say this. I want to compare this moment to, when artists don't announce their release dates for like albums, right? But a release date will like leak online, and they'll kind of allow the fans to run with that date. But then that date comes around and nothing drops. And now all of a sudden the artist is saying, like I never said that the album was dropping that day. And the fans are upset. So they're like giving this artist backlash. That's kind of what the moment that we're in right now. Like I want to say that Drake did that recently, right? With with
Kanye do it, Drake do it.
Yeah, like
for all the dogs.
He never said the album release date, but he kind of implied it online at one point, and fans kind of believed that the album was dropping that day. So when that day rolled around, fans were online just waiting and refreshing their Spotify's, expecting his album to show up. And when it never came, all of a sudden Drake was like, oh, I never said my album was dropping that day. And it's like, okay, but you allowed us to believe it. So you open yourself up for that backlash. And WWE is doing that by allowing us to believe that CM Punk is going to be in the building when he's probably most likely not going to be. Now, if you want to bring him back in the future at Royal Rumble or Mania or whatever, I understand that. But until then, once you pull the rug out from underneath this at Survivor Series, you're going to open yourself up for backlash up to that point. Like, fans are not going to be happy. They're going to be online in these comments. You're going to hear CM Punk chants at these shows, and it's not going to go away. It's not going to go away because you allowed us to believe this. Not only did you allow us, but you spoon-fed us and teased it to the point that made us believe that it was actually happening. Because had WWE never teased this, nobody would be talking about it. Had WWE never referenced CM Punk's entrance theme song and had Shinsuke out there hitting go to sleeps on his opponents, we wouldn't believe that CM Punk was coming back. In fact, we would believe the opposite because most of us thought that CM Punk back to WWE was not a possibility, like ever. We never saw this coming.
Ever.
I mean, he may be coming back. We can entertain the possibility that this guy actually might be showing up at Survivor Series. Yeah, he may be the 5th person, and this all has been leading, and we all are gonna get what we asked for, right? It could be a thing. I think if Randy Orton pulls up at some point in Survivor Series before that match, and the 5th mystery person isn't CM Punk, oh man, we're gonna be livid. And I don't really know what that does for the company, but then again, I think a swerve is always great. But I just feel like from a business standpoint and also from an iconic standpoint, WWE would be really foolish to not capitalize off this opportunity of CM Punk returning at Survivor Series of all pay-per-views in Chicago. Like, what a moment for the history books of WWE, right? Like, just what an iconic moment. But also, I have PTSD from Vince McMahon. I've seen Vince McMahon just look at us as fans and say, you know what? Let's just do the direct opposite because I run this, and there's nothing you viewers can do about this product except for come back next week and see what happens. So I have PTSD. We are no longer in that regime anymore. This is the Hunter regime. I don't believe that Hunter would purposely book and tease CM Punk references after countless PPLs and SmackDowns and Raws, not leading up to us getting a CM Punk appearance at Chicago at one of the big four pay-per-views or PPLs of WWE. I don't believe that, but I do at the same time. At the same time, I have to think that this could be a big swerve, and we could be getting him at the Royal Rumble. And I mean, you know, I'm torn, man. I'm torn. Honestly, I don't. All I can say is if he doesn't show up, oh my god,
those boos are going to be
Hunter,
insane at the end of that show. I hope
unless
they don't do a press conference.
I
Are they
hope
doing a press conference? Do we know?
I'm pretty sure they.
I'm not
It's a
sure,
big four.
but they got to. Hunter
You know,
gonna get it.
if they do a press conference and CM Punk doesn't show up to that show, boy, Hunter is going to get it. It's crazy, like all the conflicting reports. Like it was just up on the screen, like one of Sean Ross Sapp's tweets where he was pretty much saying that WWE reached out to him because they're trying to basically temper people's expectations and put out that like CM Punk isn't going to be there. But then you got other people saying like, no, he is going to be there. And it's just like, I don't think we've ever seen conflicting reports for someone the way we've been seeing with the CM Punk situation. Like it's truly insane to watch.
He really him, man.
I think WWE is definitely feeding like Sean truthful reports to a certain degree, but maybe not the full truth. To try to keep some type of I don't know, in the black or in the dark to the IWC mystique going on around Punk coming to WWE, which is why I think he's not going to be at Survivor Series. But then again, I don't know, man. Maybe it is true. Maybe discussions haven't really been talked about, and you know, Punk isn't pulling up at Survivor Series, and they're genuinely trying to get our expectations down. But then again, that doesn't make any sense because they've been teasing CM Punk week after week with Raw and SmackDown. So I don't know, man. I think if they wanted to get me confused, they've done the job. So
Question for both of you fellas. What would be an outcome that didn't involve CM Punk that you think fans would be okay with? Like, is there one?
Randy
Is there
The
coming
Rock.
back.
If The Rock pulled up.
You think wait.
Bro, if The Rock pulled up as the fifth member against on Jay's side,
we
like,
know
come on,
that's
bro.
not
Like, we would. I know, but I'm saying you asked to be an alternative option. We would be like, all right, well, it's The Rock. Like, we'd be like, yo, you know what I mean? But outside of that, I don't know.
Wait, so Cooley, you honestly believe that Randy Orton would be you think fans will be okay with it, like with that outcome?
I feel like fans would be okay if Randy Orton pulled up and then out of nowhere Riddle comes back. It is like some RK Bro moment.
RK Bro reunion.
I don't know.
Nah. So I think that if Randy returns, he has to go heel because he's gonna get booed no matter what. Like they're gonna cheer him initially, and then they're gonna boo him because he's not CM Punk. So if he does return, he has to go heel. The only outcome I could see from this that doesn't involve CM Punk that fans would be okay with is if maybe CM Punk doesn't return, but we get like a vignette or like a video package basically indicating that coming soon, CM Punk is coming back. And then we can just live with that until he finally does return at Rumble or something. But if it's just going to be
we're not getting
everything but CM Punk, then fans are going to be upset. And we're going to hear CM Punk chants. That's the thing. I don't know if y'all been noticing, but there has been CM Punk chants at like every WWE show for the last like month. They haven't been
for
too
the first
crazy.
time in a while.
For the first time. They were chanting CM Punk at Crown Jewel, bro. And you know the Crown Jewel fans probably aren't even wrestling fans like that. They just there just because Crown Jewel is in town.
Looked weird.
They were there.
Randy looked weird with a mustache.
I like the mustache. He looked like a racist cop.
What?
Nothing. Please be
I like the mustache.
Please take
he
that
looks
out.
like a racist cop. Is insane, bro.
Yo,
that is
Qwan,
insane.
What?
That's insane, dog. You are sick.
For some reason, when I see like the white guy with a shaved head and a mustache, like that's kind of like my first thought. I'm like, oh, he looks like
that's
someone that will pull me over for speeding. But I would be happy to see the Randy back. If Randy Orton is WWE's end goal, because it probably is, I will be happy to see Randy back. But he has to be heel because if he's a face, they gonna boo him, man. They gonna boo that man just for not being Punk.
I think it's gonna be Randy. But I mean, when they talk about Cody gonna calling in a friend, I'm like, who else is he gonna call? I mean, I could see him calling Punk, but he's really gonna call Randy. And I don't see Punk wanting to join 5 people against the Judgment Day at Survivor Series. Like, not CM Punk. Nah, I see CM Punk wanting to have like
by himself
a one-on-one stare off with
what's crazy?
With the world champion or something.
The crazy thing is I see CM Punk in the Judgment Day. Like, I feel like that makes more sense than CM Punk going against the Judgment Day. Because he always had like that kind of dark emo-ish look. Remember the what was his faction back in the day?
He had like Straight Edge Society.
Yeah, like the Straight Edge Society. Like, he's always been around like a group of like dark, evil looking. He even had a moment when he was a part of the Nexus. So like, I could see CM Punk being a part of the Judgment Day. Why not?
Major plot twist.
Right.
Yeah, that would be incredible, honestly. But don't they have 5 right now or something? Or
they need 4.
Extra. So they both need an extra.
They
person?
both need an extra. They both need an extra person.
JD and not official, right?
No, JD is. So it's gonna be JD, Dom, Finn, and Priest versus Cody and his lackeys.
So but, Punk on the Judgment Day versus.
Why not? We all know WWE's gonna do the predictable thing. We're probably overthinking it, and it's just gonna be Jimmy Uso added to the Judgment Day team and Drew McIntyre added to Cody's team. Yeah. We're fantasy booking. We're about to end up with the same old like we've always been getting. But who knows? I guess we'll see. I want to hear from y'all, though. If you at home, please let me know if you believe that it's CM Punk or bust, like I do, or do you think that WWE can get away with sneaking Randy Orton out there in place of the guy that we all want, and the fans are just going to go with it? I don't think so. I don't think people are going to rock with it, but what do I know? I'm just a black guy wearing Balenciaga on a Friday.
Oh, he rich.
I mean, you know.
Balenci,
baby. I had to flex it.
Yo, Qwan wearing Balenciaga, man. You know what I'm saying? This is how you do it on Wrestling with the Homies, man. Come on.
I got a Hanes hoodie on, man.
We're definitely the only wrestling podcasters out here, like, wearing, like, shit that niggas know about. Know what I'm saying? Because
got on a standard issue fleece. And some New Balances.
Hey, don't let Sylvan get y'all. This man is wearing gold chains, like real gold.
He's our real gold chains.
He getting real bread. He getting bread out here. Don't let this man fool y'all.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? It may look like I do. That's real. That's right. What Wayne said, the Feds watching.
Facts. I ain't got nothing.
What money?
This is all from DH Gate. Know what I'm saying? Like, this is fake. I don't look. Feds, IRS, don't come for me.
I
ain't making no money out here, baby.
I don't know. That look like a bait pillow behind you, if I'm not mistaken.
That is definitely a bait pillow. That's crazy. I was like, hey, yo.
I got some cool decks on my wall, by the way. Like, I don't know if y'all noticed this yet, but this is Old Dirty Bastard. This is ODB.
And Al Green.
Yup.
Yeah.
That's called
Al
culture.
Green. Culture, baby.
Yeah.
Culture, baby.
Yeah, man.
But yeah, man. What you got for us, Sylvan?
Look, man. Listen. Is Survivor Series still part of the Big Four?
No.
I think not.
No.
Hell no.
I think not. I think not. Since we're here talking about...
Wait.
Yo, come on.
Cooley an idiot, man.
Cooley, man. Come on. Cooley.
Nah.
Nah.
It's the finger wag for me. It's the nah.
Hey, yo, when Yeoman mocked LA Knight is right.
That was hilarious, bro. Hilarious.
Look, man, I don't think Survivor Series is part of the Big Four PPLs anymore, in my opinion. I'm really first off, I want to start by saying I'm very disappointed in this main event that's been announced for War Games Survivor Series for 2023, which for the sake of anybody who doesn't know or maybe just has missed out on wrestling for the past 2 months because you're on vacation, if you watch this podcast, basically War Games was announced and we're looking at Cody Rhodes, Jey Uso, Cody Rhodes, Jey Uso,
Sami Zayn, right?
Sami Zayn, and
Who's
who else? Who's the fourth guy?
Who's the other member? Cody Rhodes, Sami Zayn.
Cody
Seth
Rhodes,
Rollins.
Sami-
Seth is involved.
Seth Rollins.
Seth. Somehow Seth got sucked into this. Pause.
Seth Rollins versus the Judgment Day. If this isn't the most makeshift look, and I'm not going to be mad at it, right? Like, I'm not mad at a makeshift War Games to a certain degree. We saw makeshift War Games technically last year with the Brawling Brutes and Kevin Owens going against the Bloodline.
That was fire though.
That was fire.
That was fire.
It was big fire, and a big part of that was contingent upon Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn, and Sami Zayn's allegiance to either the Bloodline or his best friend Kevin Owens. So I let that slide based off of the storyline. But this just feels like another Monday Night Raw fatal 4-on-4 tag team match that we've seen for the past 2 to 3 months. And my goodness, I am not excited for this match. The most exciting thing about this match was Adam Pearce saying War Games, which quite honestly might be on par. He bodied it. Yes. It might be on par. I don't want to upset our wrestling fans, but it might be on par with William Regal's War Games. If not, maybe a little bit better. Super crazy. That's the most exciting thing about this match that I've seen so far. This is not anything that I am excited to witness besides this mystery, who's the fifth partner, which we possibly know is going to be JD McConaughey and Drew McIntyre.
No, JD is a part of it already. He's like in the match. He's a part of the team. Yeah, it's Dominic, Finn, JD, and Priest.
So then we got Dominic, JD, Finn, Priest, and we're gonna probably get Drew McIntyre and a returning
Randy
Orton. Wow, great, cool, fantastic. I just feel like I'm not excited because I've seen this in different variations for the past 2 to 3 months. Now, also, I want to go ahead and take another step forward and say that we've had a huge opportunity missed with there being a Judgment Day versus a Bloodline actual feud. We've seen them face off with each other twice. The first time was in January, and I remember we were all going crazy. And we were all going crazy without even there being a Roman there, which shows you how much we wanted to see that. We saw it again in April, and it ended up being some temporary alliance that just kind of fizzled out into nothing. And when you think about Survivor Series, you think about usually two factions coming together and invading one another, Raw and SmackDown. And most recently, now we're incorporating War Games. So what better way to lead up to one of your biggest PPLs of the year with two factions, one that has been the hottest faction for the past 3 years, Bloodline, the other with the faction that has been the hottest faction for the past, year? Judgment Day, clashing with one another. I wanted to see Roman, the Usos, Solo going against this Judgment Day. And you know what? And throw Rhea in there. Throw Rhea in there. Have Rhea going in there going crazy.
Like even seeing this clip on screen right now, it's like, yo, we needed that so bad.
Why didn't we get that?
That'd have been so fire.
Why didn't we get that? I'll tell you why we didn't get that. Because Roman's on vacation. Because there's some sick, twisted booking that we have to get to Royal Rumble or WrestleMania. And because of that, we have to sacrifice key pivotal moments to create makeshift booking that we don't care about. I'm sorry. Who really cares about this makeshift tag team and the Judgment Day going at one another? Nobody. We don't care. And you know what? For the sake of argument, maybe if we didn't get these variations of matches for the past 2 to 3 months, maybe we'd be a little bit more interested.
Right.
Maybe there'll be a little bit more spark. But the fact that you shoved the Judgment Day and these 4 wrestlers down our throat, with them each going at one another in some variation, I don't care anymore. I truly don't care anymore. And how you're going to build this up in 2 weeks It's upsetting, and it makes me think. It makes me think that maybe Survivor Series isn't part of the Big Four anymore. In fact, what are some of the biggest moments that happened in Survivor Series? In my opinion, the narrative around Survivor Series being the Big Four started after the Montreal Screwjob. It was such a moment in wrestling history that it lived in it lived in infamy from a standpoint of, okay, wow, this is a moment in time. We're going to treat this like one of the biggest moments in time. We have The Rock debuting at Survivor Series, a few other cool moments. Yeah, 96, a few other cool moments. But realistically, this has just kind of been a filler of the Big Four, and this to me shows that that Survivor Series isn't being treated as a priority. It's just being treated as a bridge to get to where they're trying to get to next, which is Royal Rumble and the WrestleMania season. That's my TED Talk. I feel we should just stick to the big three: Royal Rumble, SummerSlam, WrestleMania, because quite clearly Survivor Series hasn't been hot to me in a very long time, with the exception of last year. And I'm ready to let it go. And I think we all collectively as the wrestling community should as well.
Sylvan has told no lies, man. It's been a while since Survivor Series been good. Me personally, the last great Survivor Series was 2019. Phenomenal. Like it was amazing. That's when Ray went against Brock. Ray went against Brock for the belt. I believe The Fiend went against Daniel Bryan. There was a 5-on-5 women's elimination match. What else happened? Randy Orton eliminated Matt Riddle. It was fire, bro.
Okay, I remember that. I do remember that.
It was fire. I'm telling you.
I remember Randy eliminating.
Bruh. It was the last best Survivor Series to me, in my opinion. And I want to say 2016 was great too. 04 was great. But
so I honestly like the I like the last year's.
Last year's was incredible.
Series. Last year's was good.
It was iconic.
Like that War Games match was incredible, and the women's,
but
the women's one was great too. Go ahead, Cooley.
No, I was just saying, like, they've been kind of, whatever since I feel like the last great one was 2019. But yeah, last year was good. I feel like we all watched that at the same time. That was solid.
We did. I think we were together.
And it was predicated so much off of the Bloodline storyline. Like I was excited to see what Sammy was going to do, who he was going to choose, how he was going to act in that moment. So, I mean, I just feel like I feel like when I think about Survivor Series, or for the past 5 or 6 years, I've considered Survivor Series one of the big fours. And with this booking, it just feels like another. It feels more filler than Crown Jewel to me. Okay, I just feel like we're just here.
Here's the thing. I think last year's Survivor Series was predicated on the Bloodline storyline, and this year's Survivor Series does not have a Bloodline storyline, so that takes away from our anticipation on seeing it, and also the fact that we've seen variations of this War Games match over and over for the last 3-4 months is another reason why we're just not that excited for Survivor Series. But as far as Survivor Series not being a part of the Big Four, I think we just got to address the elephant in the room. When it comes to WWE's premium live events, I think that the marketing and the idea of how WWE does premium live events has changed over the years. I don't think there is a Big Four or a Big Two, or outside of WrestleMania being the big number one for the year, because that's just like the Super Bowl of wrestling. I don't think there's anything that really separates a SummerSlam from a Backlash or an Extreme Rules, because if you'll notice, a lot of these WWE premium live events are starting to be done in like bigger stadiums, like football stadiums, and they're being emphasized a lot more than they were in the past. For instance, next year's Elimination Chamber is going to take place in is it Australia? It's Australia, right?
I have no idea.
Chamber.
Oh no, it is Australia.
It's Australia. It's Australia, and I think Rhea Ripley is like going to be in the main event or something. But next year's Elimination Chamber is going to take place in Australia in front of like 70,000 fans. And then we all know Elimination Chamber was never a part of like the big anything. It was just another pay-per-view or another premium live event. So I think that the idea of a big 3 or a big 4 pay-per-views or premium live events is kind of outdated at this point. I don't think that there's anything separating these premium live events aside from WrestleMania, because WrestleMania is a 2-day thing, so that WrestleMania is always going to be WrestleMania. But yeah, next year's Elimination Chamber is probably going to have a larger audience than this current year's SummerSlam, and that's just a random.
Continue.
And then we got things like Clash at the Castle taking place in wherever that was.
Wasn't it
Ireland or something?
Like, wasn't it Ireland?
Somewhere.
It was in his hometown.
We have Backlash taking place in Puerto Rico in front of like 50,000 people. So it's like
Backlash.
The whole Big Four thing. Yeah, the whole Big Four thing is kind of outdated.
The only reason I bite back on that is because I feel like a lot of the history with these pay-per-views is what supports kind of the Big Four. Like, obviously WrestleMania is with WrestleMania, right? And the Royal Rumble is the Royal Rumble just because of the Royal Rumble. Like 30 men going, like, it's just going to make it what it is. SummerSlam to me just has a lot of history behind it. Some of the most iconic matches and moments in time happen at SummerSlam. And I look at SummerSlam as basically WrestleMania in the summer. Like, I hear you. That feels like that to me. But like, I think a lot of my argument is based off of like legendary moments and history. And Survivor Series to me just kind of feels like, I feel like we made a decision that it was a Big Four based off of, honestly, the Montreal Screwjob. I think that kind of set the trajectory of how important this pay-per-view is. And maybe it's just me. I've had really high expectations for the Survivor Series, man. And it just feels like it has not been one of those things where I'm like hyped about anymore, or I have been for a long time.
I hear you. I hear you. I just think that, history is history.
I mean, you're right.
It's history for a reason. Like, we moving on, man.
Look, like Qwan always says, I'm a big nostalgia guy. You're right. So I don't know, the laziness of SummerSlam has gotten to me. It's like the stages are trash. Like, it's literally wait. You know what I mean?
So I hear you on that, but I push back. I push back on that. I push back on that. So WWE, when they do these super, super big stadiums, they're starting to do away with the stages. And I understand why. The thing is, SummerSlam having like a super ill stage with like screens and Titantrons or whatever, that would be dope for us just as fans, because visually it looks ill. But the reason WWE is doing away with those stages is because the what's the word I'm looking for? Like, people want these tickets. Like, the demand is there to sell so much tickets that having a big stage takes away from it. Because if you have a big stage, you got to block off part of the arena. Fans are going to be behind the stage. They won't be able to see the ring. So instead of doing that, what they're doing is they're just doing away with the stage completely and adding extra seats so they can sell more seats. Man. So like, I get it from a business standpoint. It makes sense. Like, if we can do a stage but have 10K less fans, and then we can not do a stage and have 10,000 more fans. If I'm a businessman, I'm not doing a stage. I'm putting those 10,000 fans in there.
And it's isn't WrestleMania because you got 2 nights, so
yeah, Mania is different.
Like whatever.
Isn't Mania the only one that has a stage, right?
Has the honestly,
everything else is just one screen. Yeah. That's crazy.
Like, even Backlash, when they did Backlash, it was a lot of fans in that arena, and they had no stage. They had like a little walkway in the ring. That was it.
I'm not mad at Backlash had the hooks. I remember they had the hook swinging.
I love the hooks. I think
that was 98, maybe that was 01. It was one of them.
I think they did the hooks for a minute. Yeah. But yeah, I'm not mad at it. But like I said, things is changing, man. History is history. I know that we always see like SummerSlam and Royal Rumble and Survivor Series as what they are, but I think we got to look at where these pay-per-views are. I hate that I call them pay-per-views still, because that's just the nostalgia in me. They're premium live events. We really got to take a look at where these premium live events take place at to understand the emphasis that's going to be put on them. So like, if WWE is doing a premium live event from the Staples Center or the Crypto Arena versus doing a premium live event in like some football stadium in Minnesota or something, like, you got to understand that even if the football stadium show isn't one of the Big Four or the Big Three, it's still in a football stadium. So they're going to put so much emphasis on that show that they're not going to put on the one that's in the smaller arena, just because it's a numbers game. One arena is going to have 70,000 people in it, and the other arena is going to have 14,000. It's a big difference in that number.
Yeah, I think it ultimately comes down to like decision making, booking, who wins, how things change in the company. That determines which pay-per-views are the most important. And obviously, we see like titles change at every single PPO. Like nothing is
Right.
necessarily like it's not like nothing is gonna change on
unless it's
PPO.
Roman's title.
Yeah, unless it's Roman's title. Quite honestly, right?
This nigga ain't never gonna lose that thing.
Yeah, but like Royal Rumble, the big four are the pay-per-views where you're like, oh, something could possibly happen. That kind of shifts the trajectory of the storylines that we're dealing with.
Right.
And the other PPLs, we're more inclined to believe like, oh, well, nothing's really going to change.
Right.
Like Roman's not going to lose. Rhea's not going to lose. Seth isn't going to lose. Like the people who are carrying the company aren't really going to lose, but the smaller titles might go. So I mean, I don't know. I don't know.
Like this. Put it like this. Put it like this. One of the biggest returns that we've seen in WWE in recent history was Bray Wyatt's, right? Like they had a whole rollout with QR codes and like
Facts.
follow the White Rabbit and all that. Like that was huge.
Facts.
One of the biggest returns ever. And it took place at Extreme Rules.
Facts.
At Extreme Rules.
If this was 10 years ago, you would expect that to be WrestleMania or like SummerSlam or something. But
Facts.
it was Extreme Rules. So times
Facts.
is changing, man. Times is changing. But let me know how y'all feel out there, man. I want to hear from y'all. Let us know. Do you think that Survivor Series is still a big four pay-per-view or a premium live event? Or has Survivor Series kind of just lost its way and is blending in with the rest of the shows? Let us know, man. Let us know. Fellas. We all watched Crown Jewel, right? Because we were talking about, Roman never losing. Y'all watch Crown Jewel?
Yeah, Crown Jewel was lit.
Solid show.
Yeah, it was okay. So, if you watched Crown Jewel, you would have saw the main event of Roman Reigns and LA Knight. This match ended the same way. Honestly, every match ends with Roman Reigns. Every match ended the same way for the same way for the last 3 years. Roman Reigns wins via outside interference. I'm sorry, I'm watching the video right now, and it's bringing back the pain in my heart because it's the same thing over and over. Fellas, fans have a problem with this. Fans are tired of Roman Reigns winning every single match via outside. Look at this, man. Look at this. This is insane. It's the same thing over and over. Fans are upset that Roman Reigns continues to win matches via outside interference. And honestly, I have to take the fan side on this, man. I understand that. Like, I want to ask you guys a question. Do you think that this takes away from Roman's reign? Do you think that Roman Reigns winning every single match the very same way with outside interference takes away from his reign?
No, absolutely not.
No,
absolutely not.
I think it does. Now, I will say this. From a business standpoint or a marketing standpoint, I don't think that it takes away from Roman's reign because WWE is a machine. If WWE wants to market Roman Reigns as the final boss and market this reign as the greatest reign of all time, then fans are going to accept it as that because that's just WWE. WWE is a machine. What they say is what we believe. What they say goes. But as a fan watching it, as a fan trying to invest in this product, it does kind of take away from the reign to me. It's the same thing over and over. Every single match, every single Roman Reigns match for the last 3 years have ended the same way. And again, that's not me speaking in hyperbole. That's not me exaggerating for the topic. This is legit. You can look this up. Every single Roman Reigns one-on-one match for that title has ended the very same way. Someone gets involved. It's Solo. It's Jay. It's Jimmy. It's Paul Heyman. It's somebody. And at this point, it's like, are we just going to do the same thing over and over for the entire duration of his reign? For one, I feel like this kind of sells Roman Reigns short because Roman Reigns, by all intensive purposes, should be WWE's final boss. He should be past outside interference. If Roman Reigns is going in there and just destroying dudes and beating them the same way Brock Lesnar used to beat them in 2018, I wouldn't be mad at that because Roman Reigns deserves to be pushed as the final boss. Having him win via outside interference over and over, excuse my language, but it just kind of makes him feel like a bitch. It makes it seem like Roman Reigns is a bitch ass nigga, and he need his homies to help him win every single match. Like, I'm sorry, that's number one.
God,
Shout out to Roman Reigns, by the way, but like, that's number one. Number two, the reason I have a problem with it is because we've seen it. We've seen it before. Y'all remember 1997, 1998 when Hulk Hogan was the hottest heel in the history, and he had the NWO with him, the hottest faction at the time. The NWO, WCW was popping. They was on top. They were defeating WWE every single week. And you know what happened? Hulk Hogan was winning every single title defense via outside interference. He would wrestle against someone and Kevin Nash would interfere. He would wrestle against someone and Scott Hall would interfere. He would wrestle against someone and Six Pac would interfere. It's on and on and on. It was the same thing over and over. You know what eventually happened? Fans got tired of that. Fans got tired of seeing Hulk Hogan win the very same way over and over because it got predictable. So they turned the channel to WWF. WWF got hot, and then WWF defeated WCW. And that's what this reminds me of. Seeing Roman Reigns win every single match over and over the very same way, it's getting old. It's at the point where I feel like I don't have to watch Roman Reigns' matches because I know what the result's going to be, and I know how he's going to get to that result. It's not the fact that he's going to win. It's how he's going to win. I know Paul Heyman's going to interfere. I know the referee's going to take a bump and fall and act like he's dead, and then Solo is going to get on the apron and probably spike someone in the neck. Like, it's the same thing over and over. And quite frankly, I'm just like the fans online. I'm tired of it. So I do think that this is taking away from Roman's incredible reign.
It's pretty hilarious that you said that he's doing the same thing Hogan is doing while chasing his records. You know, that's like laughable.
I know, right?
Right? I will say that he's supposed to be the best of the best, you know, and I just feel like WWE don't know how to book his title matches anymore. We see guys like Gunther winning clean 99% of his matches. Clean. Guys like Seth Rollins winning clean all of his matches. But Roman is the best of the best. This is the same guy who was complaining about Brock when he had the title, that he was, you know, holding it hostage and he wasn't doing nothing with it. And now Roman is literally doing the same thing Brock was doing when he was champion. So it's getting old. We all know what's going to go on. You know, even when they say the Usos is banned from an event, they still come out and say Roman's ass. They still show up. They still come out and say Roman's ass. Like, it's tiring. It's really tiring. You're supposed to be Thanos. That's what you're supposed to be.
You're supposed to be Thanos. You're supposed to be Thanos. And look, before Sylvan goes on his rant, because I know he's about to tell us why it's actually genius and why he has no problem with it whatsoever because he loves Roman Reigns. Look, I'm not saying that I have a problem with Roman Reigns winning. Me and Cooley love Roman Reigns being champion. We would love him to be champion for 4 more years. It's just the fact that he's cheating when, like, he's supposed to be Thanos. Roman Reigns cheating to beat someone like LA Knight, it genuinely just makes him feel like a bitch ass nigga. Like, damn, you couldn't beat the man by yourself. You had to have your homies interfere.
I know.
Like, why you gotta jump everybody?
He's a heel, so he can do that. Ooh, but you know,
yeah, but like, I feel like this is cowardly. Like, this is a cowardly heel tactic. Like, having people interfere should be something that the Miz is doing. That should be something that, like, you know, the Miz or like somebody of that ilk should be doing, not Roman. Roman's supposed to be the man. Roman's supposed to be out there stomping people. He's supposed to be like smashing people. Pause. I hate that Roman Reigns has made that a thing, by the way. Like, every time he says, I'm going to smash you, I just be like,
wow, that's crazy.
Pause. They even got a shirt. WWE made.
I'm going to smash you. Then I'm going to bash.
My bad for going.
Wow.
Bro, WWE has even made a Roman Reigns shirt that says, I'm going to smash you. It's like, yo, do y'all know what that means? Like, WWE, at least in the black community, like, that sounds crazy. But Sylvan, talk to me, man. Has this taken away from Roman's reign?
Absolutely not.
Be honest. Be honest.
Absolutely not. Honest. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I don't understand what people don't understand about Roman Reigns' character. Roman Reigns is a delusional mob-like figure who feels he's invincible and can do anything in the world. Yet he depends on the people around him to make things happen for him. That is his whole character. That is his whole gimmick, the bloodline. He's a manipulator. You get what I'm saying? So when I look at Roman Reigns, I look at a delusional heel character who believes he's more than what he actually is, which is why we keep tuning in, because we want to see.
So he really a bitch then, is what you're saying?
Yes,
like
absolutely.
Really
that's the whole point in the arc of his character. Like, the nigga can't stand on his own. He can't do anything on his own. He needs the bloodline around him. He needs people around him to make him who he is. But he believes that he's more than what he is, and that he keeps the thread of it all together. That is the beautiful dynamic of Roman Reigns' reign. It just is. Now, if he was like a Gunther, which is a completely different character. Gunther is just a wrestling purist who believes that how he wrestles is the best way to wrestle, and that we've lost our way, and he's going to overcome you just by being greatness, right? That's his whole gimmick. Now, we hate him for it, but you can't hate somebody who's great. It is what it is. But the beauty of Roman Reigns is that he doesn't have to be Thanos. He doesn't have to be this unbeatable figure that stands on his own and just wins every match. He can look and feel like the most threatening person ever, and his actions show the direct opposite. And that is the magic of Roman Reigns and the bloodline in itself. And that's why we keep tuning in, because we want to see what it's going to finally look like when he doesn't have the help to get him out of these pickles and he loses the title. Now, I understand that fans are tired of seeing Roman Reigns win this way. I fully understand where you guys are coming from. But get over it. Get over it. You should get over it. You know why? Because at the end of the day, this is entertainment. Also, let me bring up another point. The reason why this isn't the same as Hulk Hogan is because we were seeing Hulk Hogan every single week.
Yeah, we only see Roman like
every single week. We see Roman maybe once every 3 to 4 months, if that. 4 title defenses this year, max. We're not going to see him again into Royal Rumble. 4, bro. We're not going to see him again to the Royal Rumble. And crazy. every time he comes back, we're in awe of how much we miss this guy. He's entertaining. He's hilarious. Like, I watch Roman and I laugh every single time, bro. His mannerisms, how he acts. It's just like, bro, bro, he's hilarious. Come on. We all love this guy. But it's not the world that's tired of this. It's the IWC.
No.
Let's just come back to the light. Let's just come back to the light. The truth will set you free. At the end of the day, it's just us dusty IWC fans who want to see him be some Gunther guy who wins clean because we feel that's what would be best. But what would really be best is if you shut up and watch the product that entertains us every single week, instead of picking and moaning about what you think should be happening. I want to see him cheat. I want to see him win. I want to see him be who he is. Eddie Guerrero. I lie. I cheat. I steal. At first, I didn't know how to feel about it. And then I said to myself, wow, I really like this guy. I want to see him cheat some more. I want to see him steal some more. Steal your way to the title. So what's wrong with Roman doing it? Oh, I know. You're ungrateful.
Here's the thing.
I love you, Roman. All right,
we can't. You know, I'm usually with you in hating on the IWC. Even though we're a part of the IWC, I'm usually with you in that.
We are.
But
yeah, we are.
I can't just say it's only the IWC this week, because this last Roman reign on SmackDown, it wasn't doing the numbers that it usually did. It seems like people losing interest. I'm sorry, but like when Bloodline was really bloodlining, those numbers were like in 2.6 million
Crazy.
a week, 2.7 million a week.
Last week's SmackDown did 2.5.
Did it? I don't think
so. It did like 2.5. And it was
what did last week's SmackDown do? I don't think it did 2.5. Them numbers
I thought
down.
It did. I thought it did 2.5.
They've been doing like 2.2, 2.3. Them numbers been down.
What is that?
Not
like
by a whole lot.
What is that? 300,000? Like, come on.
Hey,
down 300.
2.1.
At the blood. They did 2.1 million last week
on a recorded show.
But I'm just saying, like, even before that, like WWE SmackDown's numbers has been down in comparison to what they were doing at the height of the Bloodline story. So it does seem like fans are not tuning in. Like Roman doesn't have that effect anymore where it's like, oh shit, Roman's on SmackDown tonight, I have to tune in. We might feel like that because we're super big wrestling fans, but SmackDown been doing just fine without Roman. Like Roman not in the building, they do 2.3 million. Roman in the building, they do 2.2 million. It's like, all right, you lost a couple hundred. So it's like,
I don't know. That's a false
fact
narrative.
check it.
That's a false narrative.
Right,
what was SmackDown doing before Roman was on weekly?
What do you mean? Like this year? He's never on weekly. What do you mean?
Well, for the past 3 weeks.
When Roman was on SmackDown with the Bloodline at the Bloodline's height, they were doing like 2.5, 2.6 million.
But you gotta understand two things, right? Number one, Bloodline. Come on, bro. Like the Bloodline storyline is far more important than Roman. I've said that before in this podcast. Like, there's nothing that Roman can do to exceed the interest of us caring about the storyline of this. Also, number two, we have new stars. We have new stars who are more prominent. I mean, not prominent, but who are more prominent than they were last year. Hey. So the fact that Roman is on TV is, in my opinion, still very much an incredible feat, and we see viewers jump up. But at the same time, we still have stars that are starting to gain more prominence. So that's how I feel.
I look at that. I look at those merch numbers, and I see Roman Reigns number 3. You know what I'm saying? He's not moving like he was moving at one point. Because
of course not.
Who number 2?
Of course not.
Whoa!
My father said Qwan's favorite wrestler, man.
Stop it, man.
The way y'all talk about Roman Reigns cheating is how, is how people feel about Pusha T talking about coke.
Okay,
it's like all he does is talk about coke every day. Well, who cares? He's still doing his thing. He's still highly successful, and it works. So what's wrong with that?
First of all, Pusha T doesn't only talk about coke. That's
God. Here comes the
virgin ear. To the virgin ear. To the non-savvy ear, it might sound like Pusha T only raps about coke.
Qwan is such a purist.
I thought he only rapped about cocaine,
that Pusha
bro.
T. No. Pusha T. No. To the unsavvy. Listen. To the unsavvy ear, it might sound like Pusha T only talks about cocaine, but if you have an ear for music and fashion, you'll know. That Pusha T raps about fashion way more than he raps about coke. Like Pusha T is out here rapping about Bottega and Balenciaga and like Lanvin. He had a line. She keep calling Lanvin Lanvin. If you don't have a trained ear, if you don't know what he's talking about, it's just gonna sound like gibberish to you. But to the
he's basically calling all of us. Qwan is calling all of us broke who don't know this designer clothes that I have no idea what he's talking about.
Hey, yo, Qwan is starting on us all pod, yo.
Pusha T is rapping about paintings and watches and rare art. Like he's not just rapping about coke, man. Y'all
give
only hear
low class
the only
rap.
reference y'all give, man.
I need low class rap.
Is crazy.
I don't need this luxury.
That's why we love Rick Ross, man. I used to love Rick Ross because Rick Ross is making that luxury rap, man. Ain't nothing wrong with the luxury.
I got just to bring Pusha, but I'm just saying, what's wrong with doing the same thing over and over?
Nah. Come on, man. Like Roman? But look, just to bring this all back, man, something Cooley said stuck with me, man. The thing is, there's a disconnect. We look at Roman Reigns like Roman Reigns should be Thanos because WWE treats him like he should be Thanos. When they talk about Roman Reigns and the run that he's on, they talk about it as if this man is just demolishing everybody. He's just killing all the ops. And it's like, they paint it that way, but then we watch it and all we see is him cheating. So you're telling me that Roman Reigns is supposed to be a paranoid guy who's not really who he thinks he is. And that's fine. That might be what the basis of his character is. But WWE doesn't acknowledge that when they paint the picture of him just being this guy who's smoking everybody's boots. So it's like there's a disconnect there. It's like they're telling us we're supposed to be seeing something, but we're seeing something different.
I mean, he is smoking everybody's boots. He's just not doing it in a way that you guys think he should.
He's smoking everybody's boots.
It all comes down,
boys.
It all comes down. Exactly. It all comes down to periods. When you shoot somebody, you don't be like, "Oh man, you're the only person who shot him." You know what I'm saying? It's like, nah. If I shot somebody with 400 people, I still shot him. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter, bro. If I beat you up,
man.
If I beat you up with 4 other people or if I beat you up with one person, I still beat you up. He still gets these wins. Like, it just is what it is. And that's his character.
Is that why Keefe D in jail?
I don't know anything about that, man. I don't know anything about that. I don't know anything about that, Cooley. I have no idea what you're talking about.
Oh, no, this man says that why Keefe D in jail. I
don't even know who that is. I don't even know who that is.
He's the man.
I don't live in LA.
Who shot Tupac. He's the man who shot Tupac. Like, I know nothing about none of this though. Like, I'm staying out of that. That's I don't
even know who Tupac is. I haven't even listened to Tupac.
Tupac, you an idiot.
Tupac.
I don't even know that
idiot.
Disrespect.
Are we talking about beers? I don't even know anything about that. I know nothing about nothing.
But look, just to speak towards the jumping people thing, man. It's just like, if you're presenting this guy as the final boss and you're presenting him as the baddest man on the planet, like, at some point the actions got to show that too. Like, when Mike Tyson was the baddest man on the planet, out there just knocking dudes out.
Tyson?
When Mike Tyson was the baddest man on the planet, just out there knocking motherfuckers out in 2 seconds. And I'm sorry for cursing. I'm sorry. Like, our producer probably gonna kill us after this. But when Mike Tyson was out there knocking people out in 2 seconds, he was the baddest man on the planet because of that. It wasn't like he was getting in the ring and then Don King was hopping on the apron and distracting the referee while somebody else runs up behind the person he's fighting and like low blows them or something. Like, nah, Mike Tyson was that man. He was standing on business and he was knocking people out. Why can't Roman Reigns just stand on business and kill people, man?
Because that's not interesting. You know why it's not interesting? It's not interesting.
No.
You know it's not interesting.
Let's be honest. Nah, it's interesting. The reason that they're doing, I'm going to tell you right now, the reason that WWE books Roman Reigns this way is because they don't want to take away from the baby faces. They want Cody Rhodes to remain in the position he's in. They want LA Knight to remain in the position he's in. And they know that having Roman Reigns demolish LA Knight the way he should makes LA Knight look bad. So to avoid that, they resort to cheap heel tactics. Oh, someone interfered. Roman Reigns actually got pinned, but the referee wasn't paying attention because he got knocked down. They go with that old bullshit ass cliche angle to make the babyface look good. And I'm saying that WWE don't need to do that. I have no problems with Roman Reigns going into that ring, destroying Cody Rhodes in 10 minutes, holding that title up and leaving. I'm cool with that. But let's do that. Let's not have Solo hop on the apron and Jimmy run up behind him and low blow him and then Jay splash him off the top rope and then Roman pins him and gets the win. Like, that's just so tired to me. It's lazy. It's old.
Fans are just so ungrateful. So ungrateful. I don't want to see a clean winning heel champion.
I do.
We have Gunther for that. We have Gunther for that. And last time I checked, you said Gunther wasn't a star. But you know who is a star? Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns is a star. The guy who cheats. The guy who gets the job done one way or another. I'm enamored by the delusion of Roman Reigns. He looks the part. He talks the part. He walks the part. But when it comes down to him actually winning, he can't do it by himself. And that's fascinating to me. I love seeing that character develop in front of our very eyes as he loses his right man, Jey Uso. As Jimmy Uso comes up.
He's him.
Because he's him. Oh my goodness. I cannot give my praises enough to Jimmy Uso. Comes out every SmackDown cosplaying as a tribal chief. It is true entertainment.
It messes up every time.
Entertainment. It messes up every time. It is true entertainment. And seeing yo, I love
wait. I think this was either last SmackDown or the SmackDown before it, man. Jimmy was laying on the couch and Roman was sitting down and he was like, you know, you're allowing your brother to do that. That's like letting someone slap me in the face. And Jimmy said, I don't want you to get slapped in the face, Oos.
Jimmy, man.
Yo, Jimmy is the GOAT, bro. I enjoy this, man. It's the dynamic of his character. And that's what makes things entertaining. And quite honestly, the reason why we keep pulling back up is because we want to see if we can watch Roman be exposed for who he really is, which is someone who can't survive without his bloodline. He is determined by his bloodline. That is what makes him so interesting. Now, if you want to do that whole clean win stuff, go watch Gunther beat every single other person and do that whole thing over there. You know what I'm saying? And that's cool. We can have them 5-star matches with the clean wins, with the heels and everything. But it's a cinema over here. And in cinema, we have dynamics that we need to watch. It's just not going to be some guy talking about this is how you wrestle. And if you don't like to wrestle this way, then you should get out of the way.
So the thing is, we're gonna move.
Look at those ones in the air.
We gonna move on from this topic because we can argue about this all day. So we're gonna move on. But I just want to let you know that. Don't paint this picture that me and Cooley just want to see some 5-star bangers with Roman Reigns having a very thoughtful, long match.
I just want to see clean wins.
Clean. Like, that's not what we want to see. That's not what we want to see.
I want to see clean
wins.
wins.
Roman Reigns demolish people. Like, I want to see Roman Reigns versus Cody Rhodes end in 6 minutes. I want to see Cody.
That's Brock Lesnar. We don't need that. That's Brock Lesnar. We've seen that before. Keep cheating, Roman. Keep cheating. Keep being a weasel. Bring out the bloodline again. Hire some other people. Don't listen to anybody. Keep being great. I want you to cheat your way for the next year. Do it for another 2 years. I want to see it. I just do. I want to see it. I don't know. I'm a sick man.
Hey. Fans out there, let us know, man. Do y'all want to see Roman continue to cheat his way through every match? Man. Do you want some clean finishes? Because it's probably gonna get worse from here on out, man.
Yeah, it's gonna get worse.
I see Lance got released from. He asked for his release from MLW, so Lance and the Y might be on the way. Hey,
I don't want to see that. No disrespect.
Here we come.
He might be coming, man. And Jacob Fatu might be on the way. Bloodline might be extending. They lost the member, but they might be gaining some more. So I guess we'll see. But